Well, hello everybody. This is Lisa from Stamp with Lisa Saunders, and I am coming to you from the southern most point, the southeastern Virginia, and it is a whopping 30 degrees outside, or 35 or something like that. I think yesterday it was 71, and today we've dropped like 30 degrees or something. It's pretty crazy, I think. But anyway, I have been working on going through my stamp sets by alphabet. I've realized once I put them in alphabetical order, how many of them I actually never used. I've touched them because I've unpacked them from the box, but I have never opened them and used the stamp sets. So I am working through that, and this is now we're at the end of the year, right? We're at the end of 2025, get ready to start a new year. And one of the things that I like to do is called an easel card. Well, it's an easel calendar, actually. And it stands up. And it's these are they're from a company by the name of Tailored Expressions, and they tear off. There's the whole year, and you just tear it off. So you leave the same background, you just tear off the new month. So I just wanted to show you a couple of those. I've made this one, and I've done a couple others that I kind of wanted to share with you because I'm trying to use up some of my DSP as well. I've got a lot that I haven't ever used, like this wild wheat with I can't even remember the name of this one. What I do is once I get a new package of designer series paper, my goal is to put it in this binder. I hope that you can see it all right, but this binder right here. And what I do is I cut out a 2x3 piece. So this is one side, this is the other side, because you know our paper is beautiful on both sides. And then I list what it is and put the colors that belong to it. And then I either store them in their whole package, the original packaging, or I cut them into 6x6 squares and I put them in a Ziploc bag. And then it's easier for me to see what I have, what I'm working with. If I feel like I need to see something, I can just go to my binder and pick up what I need. So that's what I've been doing here, is I've kind of been working through what's in my binder. So just showing you a couple of the easel calendars I made. And it's each sheet of cardstock makes two. So you're going to get two calendars. I think this one's kind of fun, these chairs. And again, I think this is the Sunny Day Stamping, and I have never opened it. I just don't understand how I used this one a lot. Tranquil Tide is or Pretty Peacock is the background. But I just don't understand how I can let all this pretty paper just kind of sit around. It's got some shimmeries there. And that one. Anyway, those are the easel cards that I've been making. And so I have a job that I have to work until I retire. But this card making is my very fun, and I don't even want to call it a job, but it's my very fun activity. And I'm very pro mental health, and I've shared with anybody who wants to know, but I see a therapist, and my therapist is quite mainstream, and she has a lobby in her office, and she has 2 or maybe 3 other folks that work with her that are therapists as well, and they're all in this one building. It's called the Pungo Collective Building, and it's in Virginia Beach. The name of the gal that I see, her name is Emily Teal, T-E-E-L, and the name of her business is Sage Therapy. Yeah, Sage Therapy. And she has in her lobby some homemade items. So there's somebody there who sells fresh sourdough. They bring the sourdough in 2 or 3 times a week. There's somebody who does dried flowers. There's a little boy who's trying to earn enough money to get a bicycle. So he is making and selling homemade dog treats that are healthy. There's a candle maker. There's a bracelet maker. There's a jewelry maker. There's somebody who does puts the vinyl cricket, you know, when you cut out the whatevers off of something and you put it on a drinking glass, or you put it on a candle or something like that. So there's somebody that does that. And about, I guess it's been a year ago now, it'll be a year in January, that she asked me if I wanted to set up a little place. And so I bought myself a card stand, and it's got 3 slots, and well, it holds probably 12, maybe 16 cards. And anyway, I've got a little space there that I sell these at. I do regular cards, but I also do these calendars as well for the beginning of the year. And I wanted to make sure to give folks a variety. So I just wanted to run this down for you because this is super simple to make. The hardest part is figuring out what designer series paper you're going to use. But this here is Petal Pink, and we are going to start off with an 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2. Oh, here's the calendar. The calendar is 2 1/4 by 3 by 2 1/4. Now, this is what I call the inside of the Easel calendar, and that's this piece right here that kind of keeps it popped out a little bit and it doesn't fall over. So what you want to do for this is you want to cut this at 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. So, and then you're going to score at the 1/2 inch, 1 1/2 inch, and 3 inch mark. And we're going to fold this up like an accordion in just a minute. Then I've got the Petal Pink as well, and this is for the calendar backing. So what you do is you take your calendar and you place it on there just to kind of have it pop off the page once you put your DSP on. So, and that is going to be 2 1/4 by, 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. And then you need a strip, just a strip of cardstock, and it's going to be 4 1/2, 4 1/4 by 3/4. Now, if you don't want to use cardstock strip, that's here, and that's what joins the 2 pieces of DSP together. If you don't want to use that, you can use a ribbon, you can use linen thread, you can use pretty much anything that you want. But I like it with the cardstock. And to do this project, you need about 1 1/2 pieces of your cardstock, or a full 8 1/2 by 11 sheet, and then little scraps, because this is the scraps that you'll need. That's all that you're going to need from your cardstock. So now that we've got that done, and I hope I'm arranging this so that you all can see it. Sorry if it's not super straight. I just doing this kind of quick and on the fly. But then you're going to need to get DSP. You're going to need to figure out a contrast side and figure out how you want to display it. So what you're going to do is the DSP is going to be 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. And you need a 4 1/8 because you want just enough of a little lip on the outside so that the cardstock will show through. And so this is, you want to get 2 pieces. So, and then you can arrange them however you want, whether you want them at the top or at the bottom. But I like doing the 2, I guess they're the same color scheme, but they're different textures, if you will, different backgrounds. So you're gonna get 2, and I probably should have written that on here. So you're gonna get 2 of that. So I'm going to leave it here for just a minute in case you want to take a screenshot so that you have all the measurements. And okay, hope that's good. We're going to go ahead and get started now. So I am going to start off with my my base, my Easel base, which is the cardstock. Again, it's at 11 by 4 1/4, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2. And what I like to do is when I fold over, before I crease it, I just like to make sure that my edges meet up. And then I just press down with my handy dandy Stampin' Up! Bone folder. So once you've brandished the edges like that, then you've got the easel card, or the easel portion. So what we're going to do next, I like to next is put the DSP on. Now, you can do any kind of adhesive that you want. I seem to prefer the Tombow liquid glue because it gives you, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds to where if your paper isn't straight, you have a minute or two before a second or two before the glue adheres to the cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. And I don't know if you have a silicone mat at home, but I never used one before, but boy, am I glad that somebody said, hey, why aren't you using your silicone mat? Because it keeps your workspace from getting all tacky from the adhesives that you're using, so especially the glue. So now I am left-handed, so I'm going to tilt this kind of to the left. Again, I hope you can still see it, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting this DSP down here on the bottom, and you want to get it lined up just like that. And then we're going to see it can move, so you can move it if you need to. We're just going to push that down there. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to put glue on the other side. And this is going to be my complementing piece. And you'll see in a minute why we do that middle strip, why I like to have that middle strip in there. So once this is all glued down, I like to turn it over, and my friend Janet got this for me when she ordered herself one, and it reminds me of an air hockey thing that you use to play with, but I like to run it, she got it from Amazon, but I like to run it over the back side when I put down, when the whole piece is going to be DSP on the front. I want to make sure that it's adhered to. So I'm going to go ahead and put my Tombow glue away, and so for this next section, I'm going to go ahead and put up the put on the strip. This, again, it's going to be 4 1/4 by 3/4. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it right there. And do you see how it kind of covers where that is, where it joins, where it comes together? So it kind of camouflages that. Now for this, I am just using my super awesome Stampin' Seal. I think that works just fine. And you just want to make sure that you are getting that on straight, because this doesn't forgive like the Tombow glue does. Okay, so now we're going to take our calendar and our calendar backing and take off the top sheet, because you don't need that. But in order to adhere the calendar down onto the cardstock, which is then going to be put onto the easel calendar, I like to use the tear and tape. Tear and tape it just has such a stronger hold, and if we're going to be using this all year long and peeling these off, it's going to have some pull. So we want to make sure that the calendar is going to stay in position. So I just put a piece at the top, and then I put a piece at the bottom. I didn't really use tear and tape a whole lot before when I first started working with stamping because, I don't know, I just didn't see a need for it. I felt like it was just too cumbersome. But it's actually fabulous, and my good friend Beth is the one who, she always uses it. That's what she uses as her main adhesive. But so anyway, I took a page from her book, and it's actually great, especially if you're working with anything that you've embossed, anything that has any kind of texture to it, and you're adhering say a flat piece to an embossed piece. You want to make sure to use something that's going to be strong, like the tear and tape. So now we're going to go ahead, and I've taken the strips off the tear and tape, and I'm just going to put that there. So you'll see how it's going to pop out. But to get this on, again, because we're going to be tugging on it to remove the previous month, the calendar, we're going to go ahead and work with our tear and tape as well here. So at this point, you're just going to, I didn't mean to pull up the whole thing. You're just going to grab your adhesive backing, pull that off, and we're going to add our calendar. So you can, it's a little crooked, I've got to take that off. You know what will get that off? Well, it's tear and tape, so it might not. I'll probably end up keeping this one for myself because the calendar's a little bit crooked. But at any rate, also, if I have any extra at the end of January, I let my coworkers pick from them. My daytime coworkers, from my retirement job, I let them pick. They can have whatever's left over because I don't need it all. Here's another cute one. I never use this paper anymore, and we don't have it anymore. So I need to start using it. I'm not teaching a class or anything with it. I'm just trying to use it up. Okay, so the last thing that we have to do is take care of our inside. And again, our inside is going to look like this, and it's what's going to hold it and give it the easel shape. So you're going to do 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and you're going to score on the 4 1/4. No, actually you're not. You're going to score on the 4 1/4 side here. So you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 1/2, and 3 inches. Again, you're going to score on the 4 1/4 side, and you're going to do 1/2, 1 1/2, and 3. And then what we're going to do, it's pretty simple. We are just going to fold it like an accordion fold. And then what I like to do is I just take my bone folder and stretch across like that so that it kind of gives it a good crease. I am going to use my tear and tape again. And you just need to put some on. You don't need to gag up the whole thing. So we're just going to put some on. And then, as you can see, I've done quite a few of these, and I have found the easiest, and that's just this year, but I have found the easiest way to add this middle piece, because at first it was, I don't know why, it just baffled me, but the easiest way to do that is to open up the card, and then you're going to put this part that you've scored 1/2 on, and I'm going to go ahead and set that down there. And then what I'm going to do is, you see how it just kind of gets pushed down, and I'm just going to close the lid, stick it together, and there you go. There you have it. It's like not even 10 minutes. The cutting is easy. The thing that takes the longest is picking out your DSP. You can also add embellishments, however, whatever you want, however you want. Some of them I have embellishments on. Some of them I do not. It just depends on what I have available and what I'm gonna be doing. Now this paper right here, this doesn't really need any embellishments. I guess you could, but it's a very shimmery paper at any rate. So anyway, I just wanted to share with y'all on how to do these easel calendars for the new year. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be glad to try and help you as best as I can. Keep in mind that the Stampin' Up! Has a new mini catalog starting in January. I think it's January the 5th. I think I can order from it now, but I can't open this up and show it to you, which is the craziest thing to me, because what I can do is if I have the product, I can show you the actual product. I did have a box on my front porch today, so that's going to have some additional pre-order stuff, because I already did one pre-order and I needed more. So I just had to have more of the sets. So I went ahead and placed a second pre-order, and now I will do an unboxing when I get that opened. But I did just want to come in here and give you some ideas on what to do for the new year with the calendars. And these come like, they're 10 in a package, and I want to say they're like $6 or $7. They're not expensive at all. I ordered them directly from Tailored Expressions, and they were here within a week, I think. I'd gotten them a little bit ago, and they have different sizes. I personally like this size. The calendars I made last year, they were a little bit smaller, but I did have words, so you can stamp words and put them on there. One of the things that I loved on the ones that had the flower background last year was there's a stamp set, an older stamp set, and one of the sayings in it is, "May good things grow all year." And I just thought that was perfect for a yearly calendar. So anyway, I hope you got something out of today's video, and if you need me, give me a call. I am right here. I don't know if you can see it, if it's blurry, if it's shiny. I don't know what it is. I can't see what I'm doing, but that's me. So feel free to reach out to me any way you can. I'd be glad to get you started. Thanks, and have a great day. Do something creative.